Overnight, somebody got into the van. We never leave the van unlocked. And we've had this camera up here facing this direction for quite some time. It's never picked up any action in the middle of the night. Nobody's ever come check our door handles to see if the cars were unlocked until the night that one of them was. So frustrating. Well, the nice thing about the classical music is I can actually let it play on the radio as I video. I am in the car. Last night in the dark, you saw how I had to jumpstart the car and then took it for a drive. And I drove a fair amount. I mean, I drove into Kentucky on 275, found an exit, turned around, headed back home. Figured, actually, I think quite reasonably that would be enough to charge the car. Pause here for a second so I can put my glasses away. Even Google this morning how long you would typically need to do that. And the consensus I saw was about a half an hour, which is about the amount of time I spend in the car. Obviously, I'm telling you all this because I got into the car here. It is 12:28 right now. And smartly, actually, order of operations, tried to start the car before I actually had to move my daughter's car out of the way in front of the garage. And it didn't start. It clicked. So the battery had discharged enough during the night. Now it's cold again, but still, I bought this battery in July. And it is the second week of February, middle of February. So I took it up to AutoZone last night after I started it, and I think before I went on my drive, I probably mentioned this, and according to the tester thing, it's fine. There's no bad cells, the battery's fine, and the alternator is charging because we turned it on and it was working perfectly. So today, I'm again here at 12:30. I'm going to repeat my procedure at least. Some of the stuff at Google said you really need to have the car like fairly high rev, so highway speeds is the right thing to do for that consistent amount of time for the alternator to charge. So we have this 275 loop around Cincinnati. I'm just going to drive the whole thing. See how long it takes me. I say it's 12:29 as I'm merging onto the highway. See how long it takes me. And avoid the potholes. Oh my gosh. The thing about it is, other than the cold and the car sitting, there's nothing that should be discharging the battery. Nothing's being left on. No lights are being left on. Nothing has changed. I haven't done anything to the electrical system. Nothing has changed in the car from when it wasn't doing this to now that it's doing this. So I am very confused, other than the cold, and it just hasn't had the opportunity to charge back up. All right, that was at least 2 minutes or so of talking. 2 minutes and 47 seconds. So I'll talk to you later. Mighty Ohio is still pretty full. So that's where I am. I'm back on the other side, so that's where I would have gone if I was going to Perfect North Slopes. Crossing into Kentucky and Indiana, and now we're heading toward the airport. We're getting close to the airport. So it's 1:13. It's been up 44 minutes. And just been driving the 275 loop. Now you know. It's a 3-state loop. Takes you into Indiana, and now we're into the Kentucky part. And then, you know me, I live just on the other side of the river, at least my exit is. So when we get back to Ohio, I'll be thinking about lunch. So, I got no other report other than that. All right, gotta drive. Bye. Well, I have just passed the Ohio River, or crossed it, I should say, an additional time. That's my second time across it today. It is 1:32. So I have 2 exits to go to the exit where I entered the highway. So this is going to be over an hour that I've spent in my car. I hope that'll get my battery right up to where it needs to be, and that this will no longer be an issue. But I am a little nervous, do I want to go grab some lunch? What happens if I come out from lunch and my car doesn't start? It should. I mean, it should. I tried it after I charged it last night, pulled it in the garage, stopped it, turned it off. turn it back on again. I don't know. We'll find out. I am hungry. I'm going to get some lunch. Or I can just go home and make something. I don't know. I'll figure it out between here and my exit. And there it is. There's my exit. Exit 69, 5 Mile Road. Write your own jokes. There's my time, 1:35. So yeah, that's where I got on the highway. So an hour and 6 minutes to circumnavigate I-275. Now you all know. Well, I'm rolling up that last hill to church on Grace Avenue. And, oh, there's people. They don't need to see me doing this. And I'm in the Highlander because after my hour drive yesterday to fully charge the battery, making sure that the radio wasn't on, nothing was on, watching to make sure that the vanity lights went out after I shut the car into the garage, dead, completely flat battery, didn't even click. I don't understand it. This car's starting to get frustrating, which I don't like feeling that way about my car. All right, I'm going to church. See you, bye.
Strolling on that country roads with my baby. It starts to rain, it starts to pour. I feel the wonder in my eyes. Ooh, I like to rain, walking hand in hand with the one I love.
Well, we are back in the car. I keep getting red lights. I'm going to meet the lovely and talented
Use
Mrs.
the middle
for
lane to
lunch.
turn left onto Ohio 450 West.
Yeah. Both lanes turn left. And my car battery still won't hold a frickin' charge. And I don't know why. So we jump started it at the end of band rehearsal. So I'm going to go meet her and I'm going to back into a parking space so that if necessary, she can jump start me. But there is no thing that would be causing my battery to discharge that I'm aware of. So I don't know how I'm going to figure that out. I just don't know. All right. I'm going to enjoy the sunshiny day though. See you, bye.